Mumtaz Mughal is a real estate investor in Kenya's capital, Nairobi, whose interest is in rental apartments. She regularly attends exhibitions, and the 19th Kenya Homes Expo is one of her favorites. We asked her what her interest is this time round.
Really, just to see what's up in the market, what new space is coming, which direction are people going in terms of investment, in terms of where they're going to move even as residential, and then what's new.
The Kenya Homes Expo aims to answer Mumtaz's questions. It offers a platform that brings together all the major players in the housing industry and comes at a time when the real estate sector has been experiencing remarkable growth and resilience. In the last decade, the sector has been growing at an annual average rate of over 10%.
This is a very vibrant sector of the economy. For the last few years, we've seen a lot of growth. Most Kenyans now want to buy homes, and the homes are not there. And thank God also to government, they've really put in a lot of framework there legally, just to make sure that both the lenders and also the borrowers are taken care of. So you will see a lot of legislation coming through where you can see leaning towards the borrower, unlike before when it was only the lender who could do things on their own.
The sector is largely boosted by a growing middle-class population. Financing is, however, a key concern for stakeholders. Lending rate spreads in the mortgage sector are over 7%, with the average mortgage rates currently at 17%, according to the House Consolidated Property Index. This is despite Kenya's central bank maintaining the base lending rate at 8.5%.
Banks will always set their own rates, so there's no amount of pressure you can actually personally or collectively as a group bring to bear on any financial institution. That's an individual decision that they make based on their bottom line. However, what I do see now are more options for you as a developer that allows you to acquire funding at a lesser interest rate.
Many people out there think that banks actually make too much money at the expense of the depositor and the borrower, but I disagree to an extent because for quite some, they're quite inefficient. Also, you have to take into account that there are so many other regulatory issues. Central bank must keep part of that money. It's not available for lending. So if you look at it, the ultimate spread is not that high.
A traditional mortgage isn't the only way to buy a home, and developers say that other options exist but aren't widely being explored.
There's a middle path there that I don't think has really caught on, and that's rent to own or lease to own, whereby as you're paying your rent, you're actually paying down payments towards owning that house. It's not really a mortgage, and it's not a direct construction loan, but it's a middle ground that allows you to actually say, okay, fine, I'm renting. And then if things don't go well for you, you just leave. Right? Just like a rent thing. But if you stay long enough, that goes towards now paying the mortgage. Right? It's a middle path that should be explored.
Experts also say that seeking alternative modern building technologies will entice prospective homeowners and investors into property ownership as opposed to renting.
We're now seeing an influx in terms of knowledge and technical ability and materials, whereby you now have precast panels that people can use to construct their homes. Now what that does, it's actually cheaper, by about maybe 20-30% cheaper than the normal brick and mortar, and it saves you time of about 40 to 50%. And that's very, very encouraging because now you can actually see your dream to be a homeowner very, very reachable.
Through events like these, developers, prospective homeowners and investors like Mumtaz get an opportunity to easily compare trends that are conveniently offered in a one-stop shop, making for easier decision-making.
The expo gives us an opportunity to actually interact with all the players in the industry, both the prospective buyers and developers and all of them. And I think this is where we set the standards for the industry. We also draw a lot of information on setting our own benchmarks here. So it gives us a very good forum to actually see where the industry is coming from and where it's heading. So this is a place where it actually defines the future of the industry.
Kenya's real estate sector is not showing any sign of slowing down owing to increasing population. Stakeholders feel that there is no better place to scout for opportunities and interact than through such forums.
The appetite and the interest in real estate has really spiked. The profits people are making are quite substantial, and you realize that in society, to grow or to develop, the first thing that needs to actually be in place is infrastructure, and housing is one of the biggest elements.
And for investors like Mamtas, the convenience of window shopping for property through the demos on display from various developers makes it easy for her to make a well-informed investment decision. We're now going for a commercial break. When we return, an exclusive interview with the Managing Director of TPS Eastern Africa and much more. We'll be right back.